going to understand some more terminologies related to speed. First of all, we are going to understand the types of speed which we use in our daily life. One, we do talk about average speed, and one we talk about instantaneous speed. So two types of speed we deal in our life. Now, to understand the average speed, we know the road conditions. In every road condition, you cannot move with a fixed value of speed. Sometimes your speed goes down, sometimes you accelerate, you speed up. Now in this situation, if we have to write the speed of the whole journey, so during the journey you are moving with a variable speed, variable value of speed. So in that situation, how will you write one speed for the whole journey? So to come out from this problem to situation, to write a one value of speed for the whole journey, what do we do? Average speed we find. How do we find average speed? So for calculation of average speed, what we do? We take the total distance covered during the journey and whatever time has been taken in total. Now when you divide total distance by total time, we get a value of speed which we call average speed, which indicates that overall the whole journey has been traveled by this value of speed. Somewhere you may be moving more than the value of average speed. Sometime you may be less than the value of average speed. Sometime maybe zero, because you might be stopped for any reason during your journey. So that time zero speed is there. But average speed only gives information about the whole journey, how we have traveled, by what value of speed we have traveled throughout the journey. So that is the purpose behind average speed. But if we have to consider the speed for whole journey, we can neither take this speed nor can take that speed. Then how do we decide the speed of the whole journey? Then nothing to worry. For suppose distance d1, I have given d1 name. Second distance I have taken d2. Suppose it has further different parts of the journey. So you can continue with d3, d4 and d5, so on. In the same way, we will take the time also. For total time, we will take time taken in the first journey, second journey, and this whole path. So t1 plus t2 is there. So for next journey is of 80 meter. So what I will do? Total distance is 60 plus 80. Now total time is 4 seconds and 6 seconds. So 4 plus 6. So when I will add it, I will get 140 total distance and 10 second total time. So what will be the average speed taken for the whole journey? 14 meter per second. So in this way we can calculate the average speed of the journey. Now in your textbook there are 4 varieties of questions based on average speed. So when you do the worksheet, then I will let you know about the different categories of questions based on average speed. Now moving to another type of speed which we talk is instantaneous speed. Now what is instantaneous speed? By name itself it is saying the speed at a particular instant. That means at a particular time with what speed an object is moving at a particular time. Your speedometer, which is one of the devices which indicates your speed in kilometer per hour in your bikes or in your cars or anywhere, that speedometer tells you about the instantaneous speed in kilometer per hour. Means when you are driving and you see your speedometer is showing suppose 45 kilometer per hour, that means it is showing that at that particular moment your bike or your vehicle is running with a capacity of covering 45 kilometer in 1 hour. But as you know, the road condition is not in our hand. So it can be next time you can see that it is decreasing because maybe you have seen any pit on the road, or may you are interested that you are getting a empty road, vacant road. So now you can accelerate also. So now you can see after 1 minute that it is showing 60 km per hour. So that doesn't mean that if you are looking at the speedometer and you see 45 km per hour, that means that it will travel with the same speed. No. But at that particular instant, when you are looking at the speedometer, this is indicating that, this is showing that you are right now, that time, you are moving with a speed of 45 km per hour. So that's why it is called instantaneous speed, because it does not give the speed of the whole journey. At that particular moment and in that particular situation, what is the speed of your vehicle, that is shown by speedometer. So that is called instantaneous speed, and the device which is used to measure this is speedometer. Now, the unit for speed. There are two categories for measuring speed. One is the standard unit, which we call basic unit also. For that we take distance always in meter and time is always in second. So that in that situation the unit is meter per second, that is meter upon second, or in mathematical notation we can write meter as second to the power minus 1 according to the laws of mathematics. Now other unit are kilometer per hour, that means when the distance taken in kilometer and the time is taken in hour. Most of the time we express in kilometer per hour also, like in speedometer. So kilometer per hour or kilometer hour per power to the minus 1, that is the representation. Then sometimes you can take kilometer per second also. Now many are the things which can travel with such fast speed, like light. In vacuum it is taken that 3 lakh km per second light travels. So that there we can use this unit. Then meter per minute also, something maybe for 1 minute somebody can travel 1 meter, 2 meter, 5 meter, 10 meter, that also. Meter per minute also. Then miles per hour also. So there are various types of unit which we can make. But the standard unit is meter per second. Now next topic we have conversion of unit. Now there are different units. We can convert one unit to another. But we are mainly concerned with these two units because they are mainly used in our daily life. One is the standard, one is kilometer per hour. So we are going to understand how to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, and when the speed is given in kilometer per hour, then how to find out in meter per second. You can convert one unit to another by using mathematical concept, but these are the two main important ones. So first, kilometer per hour to meter per second. How can we get a conversion factor? Now, kilometer per hour can be written 1 kilometer by 1 hour. Now 1 kilometer can be written 1000 meter, and 1 hour can be written 3600 seconds, because 1 hour has 3600 seconds. So when we calculate this, we cancel with each other. When we simplify this, we get our number which we call 5 by 18. That means 1 kilometer per hour is equivalent to 5 by 18 meter per second. So for example, a cheetah is running with a speed of 90 kilometer per hour, and we are interested to know what will its speed in meter per second. So very simple step. This is the conversion factor. Now 90 kilometer per hour, we can write 90 into 5 by 18. Now we are going to calculate 25 meter per second. Now vice versa. When if you want, we are interested to find out meter per second speed into kilometer per hour, then what to do? Then for 1 meter we can write 1 by 1000 kilometer. For 1 second we can write 1 by 3600 hours. Now when we calculate this fraction to fraction, we'll get 3600 upon 1000. So the conversion factor will now 18 by 5. So for example, a rabbit is running with a speed of 15 meter per second. So how will you get in kilometer per hour? Then we multiply by 18 by 5. Just reciprocal of this factor. So when we calculate 5 and 15, we'll get 3. 18 3 is 54 kilometer per hour. So in this way, we can convert kilometer per hour into meter per second and meter per second into kilometer per hour. Thank you. Now to focus with some additional point related to velocity. Velocity has two parts to be discussed. One, the magnitude of velocity that we calculate by counting the displacement of the object, and time, in what time it has displaced. Now when divide displacement by time, we are going to get value of the magnitude of velocity, and we have to mention the direction also, that how, in which direction the displacement per unit time we are calculating. Okay, so this is about velocity. Now one important relation we use especially for this situation, that we call uniform acceleration. This situation says about an object is moving with equal value of acceleration. That means it is accelerating with a fixed value, changing its speed, changing its magnitude of velocity with fixed value. If for this situation we find out average velocity of the journey by calculating this by this relation, final velocity plus initial velocity divided by 2. That means we are finding the average of the velocity, final velocity and initial velocity. So suppose at some instant we see an object is moving with 10 meter per second, and after 6 seconds we observe it is moving with 22 meter per second. So for that period of time, if we want to make or take one value of velocity, so what we can take? Final velocity 22 plus initial velocity 10. So 22 plus 10, that is 32 divided by 2. That means for that period of time we can take the whole speed velocity of the journey to be 16 meter per second. But as we know, it's an accelerated motion, it cannot have a fixed value of speed. But for that period of time we can take an average velocity of 16 meter per second by this relation. But take care of that, this relation is only applicable when the body is doing uniform acceleration. So we will come to know about this formula in next classes, how to use it. Now for unit, it follows the same unit as it is followed by speed. So SI unit again we take meter per second as we take for speed, and for other unit you can take kilometer per hour, or you can take kilometer per second, or you can take meter per minute. So I hope till now we have come to know about speed, velocity, the differences between speed and velocity, and the different aspects related to speed and velocity. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.